Shalom royalty, it's Ellie here. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I am leaving. I am taking a break from the sixth dimension. And what I mean by sixth dimension is we're like heading into that point. And it's not necessarily that I'm not ready for the sixth dimension, it's just the fact that I'm too ready and I don't think other people are ready for it. People are still stuck in like 4D and 5D. And my thing is, I'm like, okay, if I'm in a position where I'm ready to take actions and there's no one else there ready to take actions with me, then what am I doing? Because I can't do everything by myself. Because it's like, I can be as spiritual as I want to be. I can manifest as much as I want to manifest. But if I don't have the actual manpower, and I literally mean manpower, I mean like, unless aliens start coming and angels start coming down today, I won't be able to finish what I need to finish. So it's literal manpower that I need in order to do certain things. So I'll be specific in a minute to what I'm talking about, but I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just going to go back to 3D for a minute. I'm taking a break from this spirituality channel. That does not mean that I'm taking a break from spirituality. Once you are a spiritual person, you always are a spiritual person. Like, this isn't an internet thing for me. I've been on this spirituality journey for years now, and I just started my channel this year. I started posting content this year in 2021. So it just kind of disturbed me, the experience that I had with a particular individual, and I will talk about that in a couple of minutes. But I'm just at the point right now where I'm like, okay.
I burped.
Okay, say excuse me.
Excuse me.
I am just, I'm a very good coordinator. I'm a very good organizer. I'm a very good person to round up people for things. So when I am in that energy and I am ready to act upon certain things, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to start things. So when I find resistance in that, it makes me irritated. So, I mean, I'm not sure if you can tell by my countenance right now. This isn't how my usual videos are. I'm usually like, yeah. No, like the experience that happened yesterday, it threw off my entire day. Like I take days off from working. Like in a few minutes, it's 9:41 right now. I start work in about 20 minutes. 19 minutes to be exact. And so I'm doing this video beforehand. So when I do my work, when I take my days off, I just chill. I take some time to myself. I just relax and whatever. But my whole day was messed up because early in the day, I had this conversation with this person and it just threw me all the way off. And so what happened with this particular individual was, a few days ago, they found me on YouTube and we started talking and everything. And so they were like, this is what I do in spirituality. This is my, relationship that I have with the universe, with the environment at the moment. And they buy homeless people food. They help orphans and I think widows and single mothers, if I'm not mistaken. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's awesome. That's my son combing my hair. So I'm just going to let him do that. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Okay. And they were saying how I could help, I could donate or whatever. And I'm down for all that type of stuff. So like I said, the guy on TikTok, Ignite Your Fire, he gives people Bibles. So if you can donate to his Cash App, he does that. So I'm like, I'm doing the same thing with this person. So on Sunday, I had my tithing money and I sent some money to a couple of content creators who talk about spirituality and the Bible and everything. I sent some money to them and I tithed to my home church and I sent money to this guy for him to feed homeless people and everything. And so I'm like, I just met you. I don't watch your videos if you have any. I don't think they have a channel where they make videos where they talk about this stuff. They just commented on my channel, told me what they were about, and we've been talking back and forth via email for a few days. So I'm ready to give them money. Like I said, I'm ready to go. I want to sow into the kingdom immediately. I've been sowing into the kingdom. Don't get it twisted. I've been sowing into the kingdom. I'm all about kingdom entrepreneurship. So I just added them to basically my list of individuals that I'm going to tithe to. So after that day, I mean, everything was cool. And so we started talking about the project. And some of you who are on my channel, Sovereign Empress, you guys know about the project. The one that I want to do starts in Africa, but to get things going and get things started, we're going to start in the United States. Other people have been talking about this, and I listed the people who have been talking about doing what I would like to do, similar to it at least, and they're ready to take action too based off of what they're saying in their videos. And so I told this person on email, I was like, hey, so who do you think we should bring on board? I think we should bring these people, this person, this person, this person. If we can get in contact with them, I think they would be good people to have on board. And instead of like it's one thing to be like, oh, I don't want to work with those guys for these reasons. And so his reason was, he was like, I think we should only work with people who believe in Jesus Christ. And I was like, okay, I can understand why you would say something like that. I get it. But, you know, I don't see many people who make exclusive, you know, Christ content that is trying to work on something like this. I'm trying to connect with people who are actively seeking to do something like this, but I was willing to hear them out. But the rest of their email response was like, I think you're misguided. I think you're all talk, no action. And I was like, I just sent you money 2 days ago. Like, I don't understand. Like, you know, we haven't set any plans. We're still getting ideas and stuff together. So I'm trying to build a team before we start taking so many actions. But I was like, okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding this response. So I said, okay. I gave my reason for listing the people that I listed. Like I told you guys, they actually want to take action with things like this, or they would be like ideal for bringing them on board for something like this. And I was like, if you don't want to work with them, okay, you only want to work with people who believe in Christ. Okay. So who do you want to bring on board? Because the only person who I know who talks about actual, you know, talking about the Bible, specifically talking about Christ, is Pastor Dowell. If you guys don't know who Pastor Dowell is, he's a Hebrew Israelite, and he has a community. He has 2 locations of this community called Straightway. So it's in Georgia and in Tennessee, where he has a community of Israelites who live there. They garden, they have homes and everything. So it's pretty much exactly what we want to do. But I wanted to say, I didn't want to make it an Israelite thing. I wanted it to be people who are, you know, people who could be Israel. You know, if you're Israel, you're Israel. It doesn't really matter if you believe it or not. It's about your bloodline. It's not, you know, whatever. Or I didn't want to exclude it to only Black people. When I say Black people, I mean Africans, African Americans, Native Americans, and Latinos. So, you know, I didn't want to exclude it to our demographic. That's not what I was trying to do. I wanted to gather spiritual people in general who believe in the same mission, because the system is falling no matter what side you're on. I'm looking at what's actually happening right now. I'm not looking at, you know, religious aspects, specific beliefs. I'm not looking at denomination, because like then if we were to only get people who were Christ followers, then we probably fall into the thing of, oh, well, I only want to work with people who are Israelites, or oh, I only want to work with people who are part of this denomination, or oh, I only want to work with Catholics, or oh, I only want to work with people who are Pentecostal. And I'm like, okay, all right. So anyway, I gave him that example of Pastor Dowell, and I was like, well, who else do you think we should bring on board? And instead of like saying any suggestions, or even saying I don't have any suggestions, they sent me like this really long email, basically like saying like, you know, it's a waste of time to get people together. And then he redirected the entire conversation back to me sending him money for what he's doing. And I'm like, hold on. I already told you I'm gonna send you money probably like every week or so or whatever. Like, first of all, I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't have paychecks that are consistent. If I had a specific number that I was going to send, I would have said so. But since I don't, and I have other stuff that I have to take care of, and you're not the only person I'm tithing to, I didn't give a specific number and I didn't give a specific time frame. So I was like, this isn't even what we're talking about. And you're saying, what he was saying was, by you giving me money, we're going to be building up our wealth in heaven, and God is going to provide different things. And I'm like, that's not the type of time I'm on. I've been living on God's grace for the past really like year and a half. I'm not trying to live on God's miracles right now. I'm at a point of literal producing and helping other people. If I'm dependent on God for every single thing right now, I really can't help people the way that I want to help them. I can only help them piece by piece. This is not a piece by piece type of project. This is a huge project, and God has given me the ability to be able to produce certain things for myself so I can feed the kingdom. So it threw me all the way off. I'm like, so you're telling me that instead of like keeping the conversation about this conversation and at least like, you know, trying to work with what I'm saying, you're redirecting it to something we've already accomplished. Like, you, in the beginning of this conversation, you said I was misguided and I'm all talk, no action, when I have already sent you money and I already told you I'm going to continue to send you money. With proof, like I have sent you money already. And like the thing was that we were trying to figure it out for like a day or so, how I was going to send him money, because he didn't have like Cash App at the time or PayPal or anything. So I was like, I'll send you a check in the mail. Like, that's the type of time I was on. I was like, there's no excuses for me. I will send you a check in the mail. So he was able to get a Cash App or whatever, and I sent him money. And I'm just like, okay, so based off of that, that should already let you know that I'm serious. I don't care about the amount of money that it is. Like I said, you're not the only person I tithe to. And I have other stuff that I have to take care of with being an entrepreneur. So you don't know how much money I'm working with. I don't even know how much money I'm working with on a weekly basis. So it really just disturbed my entire day. I'm like, I'm trying to, like, when people come to me in the name of spirituality, it hurts when they do stuff like that. Like I said in one of my previous videos, there was a girl who was in a comment thread of one of the content creators I follow. In one of his live streams, she was getting all these women together. She was like, goddesses need to unite and all this stuff. We got into the Instagram group chat. We got from Instagram to Discord. Next thing I know, I give my idea. Like I said, I want to do this community and everything. I say my idea. Next thing I know, I'm kicked out of the Discord chat and I'm blocked on Instagram.
Look at this.
I see it. That looks very nice. Look what he did. That's his art wall.
I make it all big.
Yeah.
Art is all big.
Yep.
I make purple. Like.
Okay. Hey. Can you describe it to me after I'm done, please?
Orange.
NJ. Thank you. And so, that's just, it's very disturbing. And so, this is the type of thing that just irritates me, especially with the comment, I'm all talk, no action. I'm on somebody else's comment thread on their YouTube channel. And this is what people don't know. This is what people don't see. And I don't feel like I should have to announce every single thing that I do, because I'm moving. I'm moving quickly. I'm moving fast. And I'm going to have to move in a different way now. But what was going on was, I'll just say who it is. It was Dolo, the Pilot Man. And he was talking about, basically I forgot what the video topic was, but he's one of the people who is about this, who's about starting a community and doing more things instead of being virtual and making videos all day. He wants to do things. And so there was somebody in his comment thread, and they were like, Pilot Man, there's a property here in Atlanta, and I definitely think, you could work with it or whatever. He was like, this property is yours. Like, we can go with it. And I saw the comment. I was like, bet. So I started talking to the dude in the comment section, and he gave me the information. I looked up the property. I saw how much it sold for. I saw the date that it was sold for, and I found the owner of it. I let him know back in the comment section, and I was like, here's my email address. Hit up Dolo and see, if he wants to work with this particular property or whatever. I haven't gotten an email or anything yet. I'm hoping that he's just taking his time. But here's the thing. We don't have time, and that's what I'm trying to understand. I'm like, we don't have time. We really don't have any time. So what I'm going to do for myself to keep my sanity, because this is irritating me a lot, I'm going to take a break from this stuff on the internet. I'm going to go back to 3D. And by that, I mean, intentionally gaining things of substance, gaining things of materialism. And I'm going to come back. I don't know exactly when I'm going to come back. And if I have anything that I need to say in the meantime, whether it be like a prophetic word, a declaration, something like that, some sort of message, then I have to do that. Y'all know what happened to Jonah. So I'm not finna be a Jonah. I'm going to say whatever I need to say at that time if God wants me to. So, yeah. That's just where I'm at with things, because if I can't put up my own money, like, I don't have the money right now to put up for a project. I thought my place was going to be helping to orchestrate things and put things together, but apparently people aren't operating on the same wavelength as me when it comes to this specific thing. So I'm just going to take a break from it entirely. I'm going to get a CD, and if you don't know what that is, for my finance information and stuff, that's a certificate of deposit, and it is a savings account that saves at a rate that's higher than a regular savings account. But the money is locked away for a few months or a year or 2 years, however long you have the money locked away. So I'm just going to make a CD, put my money in there, so that way when I am ready, you can get this 60. Wow. Yeah, like, I'm really tired of men too. Like, I'm really sick of dudes. They're very annoying, and I'm like very tired. Time for me to go. Yeah, go. Goodbye. Like, I'm so sick of dudes. Like, I'm going through a whole divorce right now, and like dating guys and like coming across like dudes don't even like when you're celibate. I'm like, dude, like, so y'all want me to like be a whole hoe out here? Like, I let go of all that, and dudes don't even respect it. They want to smash like the first day they meet you, and they don't want to talk to you anymore, and they keep trying to convince you to have sex with them, and you're not even talking about marriage. I'm like, I got a whole child. I don't have time to be out here with a bunch of dudes for the next few years or whatever, and end up in my late 30s or end up in my 40s and being single. What? Not all dudes. I'm saying the guys that I have run into recently. You're in here in my comment section saying that, and now you're here to defend not all dudes. Get out. Let me block you. So, yeah. I'm really, yeah, this is why I'm leaving 60. I'm leaving because people don't respect anything. People don't respect anything. So I'm going back to 3D, where if something foolish like that happens, I won't really get irritated. When I'm in 3D and people do foolish things, it's like, okay, it's cool. Like, they're just kind of dumb. But if you're over here in the name of spirituality and you're calling yourself spiritual and stuff, and you're being dumb and you're being irritating, I don't have tolerance for it. I really just don't. I don't have any tolerance for it. It's irritating, and it's getting on my nerves. I gotta go to work anyway, so I'm finna open up my laptop and get to work. I'm gonna come back with some bands. I don't know how many. I don't know what time frame. I have no idea, but this is it for me. This is it for me, because I'm ready to do shit. I'm not gonna be over here on the internet talking about stuff for years and not have anything of fruit to show for it. I don't know if I've really been trying to lean into my Libra moon and be more feminine and like be all nice and cute. But no, y'all making this Capricorn come out. All my masculine energy is coming out. For the next few months, I'm probably not gonna look very feminine. And if that's not okay with you, goodbye. I don't care. I don't care. We gotta get shit done. And if men are gonna be dumb and act like little boys, then I guess we're just gonna have to be a little masculine for a minute and get things done on our own. That's where we're at. Look me up. Okay? Look me up. See what I'm about. Because I'm not about folks telling me that I ain't about shit and that I'm all talk, no action. When I have proof of it, check me. Okay? I got proof and I got receipts. Google me. Okay? And don't Google Sovereign Empress. She's new. She's part of 6D. Google Real Talk with Ellie. Goodbye, royalty. I'll see you whenever.
I see you whenever.
Hey, Flames. I'm sorry. I'm finna end this stream. I'm gonna send you a DM, though.